Right. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway. Anybody in? Anybody gone into the live session? Have you tried the audio, Mark? Yeah, mate. Yes, mate. Try now. Can you hear me now? It's weird hearing my echo several seconds later. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. Sorry. What's waiting for approval? It's on live share, Andy. I've opened up an audio so you guys can actually talk to me if you want to. I approved you, mate. You can hear me though, can't you, Mark?
I can hear you.
Right. I've turned. Yeah, I've turned off the echo on mine. I've shut off Twitch. But I don't know if anybody can hear you because I turned off the audio, desktop audio, because it was feeding back, and I don't know why. Is it feeding back now?
No, I mean I've had to mute Twitch because I was just getting an echo on it.
Right. Everybody can hear you now. Looks like it's not echoing.
Yeah, I've just muted Twitch because that was just feeding back.
Right, Stacy's in, and it says that he's there. I don't know what. Right, when you join the live share, there's also an audio part as well. Yeah. And so you can, if you download the live share audio extension for VS Code, you can actually talk to me like Mark is doing right now.
With a message in the bottom right hand corner when I log in.
What does it say?
It just says join audio.
Right, okay. There's another one wants to join. I've just accepted him. Oh, twice. Okay, I'll accept him twice. Oh, he's left. Well, Stacy's in. Phase 101's in. You're in. Anybody else? Right, Andy's in the browser. Okay. So if you want to join the audio, install the extension Live Share Audio. and it should allow you to join the audio session as well, so you can actually talk to us. By the way, there's no tricks or treats on this Twitch channel. I haven't figured that out yet. I've only just figured out how to make it do the chat all the way up the window. Right, where were we? Sprites. Have you seen the new sprites that Stacy's done?
I haven't seen the latest ones.
Oh, he's been going for it. I tell you, Quasi's gone on a bit of a diet. He's gone on a bit of a diet. Right, let me load up these new ones that he's got. Right, I think it's that one. Let's run that. Yep, that's that one. Hang on. There you go. There's one.
Oh yeah, looking good.
And he's done the damsel in distress.
Excellent. They're great, aren't they?
Yeah. He's done. He's been going for it. I did ask him to try and fix on a frame set, so it looks like he's sticking to 4 because the jump one was 5. It caused me ever so much problems trying to get that one working. So I've had to cheat. Hey up, who's joined? I think FaZe is on the he's on the audio. Ah, okay.
I can't.
No, he said he's muted.
Oh, okay.
Is Stacy daring to join the audio guys? Probably not. Right. So we have a new set of sprites. Also, I suppose I've had to go through how I made him jump. So let's do the elephant in the room, the jump sprites. The very dodgy looking jump sprites. Hang on, it wasn't that one, was it? It was that one. Right, here we go. So quasi jumping. Now, because you'd done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's it. It was 6. It was done 6 sprites per set. I had to do it differently. I did it like you said, Mark, about testing. But if we could standardise on a set, we'd be all right. Focus my attention. Oh, okay. Anyway, so what we're going to do... He's having a nose around. He's having a nose around the code. Stop it. Right. So the way to make him jump, we have to think of we have to make a state, and we have to because a jump's going over. That's all right, mate. This is in read only, isn't it? You can't make a change.
Yeah, it's read only.
Okay. So what we've done, what I did was we tested for the character. Was it L? L for jump, yeah. So I tested for the key L, and then set a flag that says I'm jumping, which then changed the frame animation set. Oh, that is weird. Who's scrolling up and down the screen?
That's weird. It shouldn't do that, should it?
It depends. It depends if someone's scrolling up and down the screen. Look.
Oh yeah.
This is not going to work if people are doing that all the time. So we on that character we set jumping to be 1, and then before we actually go through the character, the keyboard check, we check to see if we're in the jumping state, and if we're in the jumping state, then we go through the jump cycle. All right, and the jump cycle basically updates. Right, so these are the transitions between the frames. So I've had to accept defeat and do it Mark's way, just temporarily, and just compare on frame numbers so I can do the different animation frames. And then I've got 2 tables up here, these 2. So we've got the jump arc, which tells the system how far to jump in terms of Y, the difference. So if I'm at Y level 10, on the first frame, how far am I going to jump? Now the first byte is 0, so I'm staying in the same place. The second byte is 254, so effectively I'm going to be going up 2 pixels. And then 254 is up another 2 pixels, and then 4 pixels, 4, and then 7. Whoa, Stacy's at the bottom. Stop scrolling my screen. Right, and then it comes back. Then we have the positive values. Now remember, these are the differences. So when it works it out, it's then 0, then it moves down 6, then another 6, then 4 and 2. So it effectively does an arc, but it's just a table at the moment. It's not mathematically worked out, because I didn't want to spend too much time trying to work out mathematics on the jump. Stop it, Stacy. And then for each of those frames, I've got the right and left. So these are the...
It's not giving me.
Say again. These are the frames for left and right. So these are the sprite numbers. All right. And so for each of those frames, I have a corresponding sprite that then it goes through. And that's what the jump cycle routine handles. So it handles how the jump is animated. Alright, so I've lost my train of thought. No, that's it. And so as we go through each of the frames, hang on. Ooh, wrong way. Is that better? Who's laughing at Mark? What's happening? Right. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it looks all right. Can see that.
Is that better? Or is that too big?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. Right, so this is the jump cycle. So we work out which frame we're going to change the sprite on. So it's like... we're gonna have to try this live thing off camera, find out why that's doing that, if there's a setting. So we work out which frame we're on, and then we go through the jump cycle. So this is going to change the frame, change the sprite animation frame on frame counter 0, 8, 16, 24. Yeah. So that's the frames it's going to do. So it's basically going to update it. I think it's every third of a second, because we're running at 32, I think it is. So it's something like that, a third of a second. Anyway, when it's come to the right frame, we load which direction we're going to, you know. Because when we do the left and right, we set the direction. We set the quasi direction to either be 1 or 255, which is effectively -1. So when we load it up and add it, we know which direction we're going because of the 1 or 255. So I can then test for that and say we're either going right or we're going left. And so I can pick out which frame set from this table we are going to do. And that's how I did the jump. So basically, if we do Control F5, I think it is. And this is this new C64 debugger. So I forgot, it's AD&L, isn't it? And
What's this new debugger? I've not heard about that.
Yeah, this is someone's written a graphical interface to help you understand how C64 debugger works.
Oh, okay.
So this is the old quasi. We're going left and right, and as you can see, there's a little grey bar at the bottom that's telling us how much processing power we do, and we can jump as we stood still, or we can jump while we're moving, look. And that's just because that jump cycle is taking over. And I don't think, yeah. So we can change direction, look, while mid-jump. Yeah, I'll be doing a video on about it soon, because it does all the things, you know. So this is in full screen, and then we've got the complete memory dump. You know, you've got all the different views. It's running the late. Oh, it's not. It's running 642, but it does do the latest one. It does do the latest one. Hang on, let me show you. Let me show you. Slight. Slight digression. So there we are, I've just copied the new one in, Control F5. There you go, there's the latest one. So and so, but this tool, but it was made for the previous version, but it does work with this one, but it doesn't show you the new screens that they've put in. Like the source code viewing one, that's not there. But it's got all the other features on there, so you can load load programs and all that. But I'm going to do a video on that. We digress. So that's the jumping. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the sprites to the new ones. So, where are we? Where's the include? There we go. So, I've exported them already. Here we go, Sprites v2. Control F5. Oh my. Yeah, he did say he changed the colours, didn't he? Right. We need to change the colours. And I'm going to put that back to the original debugger because it's jerky. So he's changed the colours. So we need to change the colours. Right, so watercolour 1 is green. 5. All right. Oh, so he's made the brown the sprite colour. Okay. Let's do that. So brown is 9. Who's that? Right, so we need to change Sprite 1 to be brown, which is 9. What else do we need to change? Sprite 1 is green, which is 5. And colour 2 is 10. Right. That's better. Now I'm not going to do jump. Well, I will, but the colours will be wrong. There you go. That's so wrong. So if you're changing the colours, mate, we need the jumping in the same colour set. Anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another sprite session. Because I want to put this sprite in. The damsel in distress. Okay. So we're gonna import these into our project. Now we've already imported those two sprites, and I think the last one is 197. So when we do an import, it's going to be on 198. So when we import the next one, who's scrolling? Who's scrolling? Stop it. Right, where is she? QU A R S I 12. Oh, did I export it? Hang on. Oh yeah, it's there. So yeah, this one. PUXUM wave. Right, that should import the little lady. So that should import this little lady. So we're going to be talking from 197 onwards. No, 198 onwards. So we've got what, 4 sprites? 1, 2, so 198, 99, 200, 201. And then we've got 8 after that, so it's 8 plus 8 like the other one. That's alright. We'll figure out this live share. I'll get it figured out. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to put the little lady in. So remember the 3 rules. Turn it on, set the pointer, and set it on the screen. So we've already set 0 and 1. Everybody's leaving. Yeah. So we're going to set the sprite for the little lady. So sprite ramp, and so we worked it out at 170, 198, so that's 28, isn't it? And that one should go on the background sprite. So 2's going to be the foreground background. And then plus 8 again. That's 36. This should be the foreground stripe. Now we're going to turn it on. So that means we need these two switched on. So that's going to be 15. Then we need to set these as well. Oh, come on. So we're setting the where to. So that's the 4 sprites turned on. Are you trying to... We're up here. Up here. So that's the 4 sprites. So that's the foreground of Quasi Osborne, background, foreground of the lady, background. So stop it. So now we need to set the colours. So that's the foreground. Foreground is on 0 and then 2. That's the lady. And the background can be on and 3. Now I don't want them in the same place. Let's do this. So 200. Same Y, but in a different place. Right, let's see if we get that lady on the screen. Right then, what are we missing? Do you know what we're missing? This. Missing the multicolour mode. So that's 8 plus 2 is 10. We forgot to turn the multicolour sprite on. I'm sure that's the wrong one. I am sure that is definitely the wrong one. That is a jump. That's a jump sprite. Have we got this worked out wrong? Here we go. We must have this worked out wrong. Right, so we started at 170. Our base sprite is at 170. And we finish at... Oh! Plank, 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 plank. Where's the jump sprite? That is 197. That is 198. So that's 99, 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 210. 210. So 170 minus 210 is 40. Plus 8 is 48. There we go. So what we need now is we need to make a wave, yeah, because that's what the animation does. So we need to make a do this down here, do this. I have. I put a comment. Oh, you mean actually put them in binary? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Right. So let's get a wave in, and it's the same mechanics as we've done. It's the same mechanics as we've done with Quasi Osborne, right? So in here we calculate the sprite frame. So we calculate what the sprite frame is, yeah, which is down here. And we can do the same for Esmeralda. We can do the same. And what we can do is, before we go into the keyboard, before we actually test the keyboard here, we know we're going to go through it, yeah, because everything goes through here. So what we can do is we can put in here JSR update Esmerelda. Is that how you spell it? Hang on. Emeralda. There we go. So we can do the same like we've done with update Quasi. So we can do the same with update Esmeralda, yeah? So basically we calculate the frame and we load the base sprite. So I know I've loaded the one in there, doesn't matter. Yeah. So a base sprite. So we'll create another one. And we said it was 210, didn't we? So that's the base sprite. We've calculated the sprite frame. So we basically do this here. We do this again down here. Right? But this time we don't do +1. We do +3. And we load that. +8, and then add that to sprite +2. Return that. That should now have a waving. I think that celebrates a complimentary drink. And because she's the same sprite set as Quasi, we've used the same calculator that works out the Quasi sprite to work out hers. Not quite. And so we are reusing the same routine for a different character. And that's what I mean. What is going on here? Mate, what's going on? So now we've got Esmeralda on the screen for Quasi to try and get to. Oh dear. That sprite looks, that Quasi sprite looks really good. I mean, she does as well. So, question is, can we do a joystick control? And the was it? So joystick control. Now, joystick is a bit funny because if you, I think it's joystick 1 is tied in with the keyboard, so and joystick 2's not, and that's why most games are in joystick port 2, I think it is. So we're going to use joystick port 2, and we're going to try and make it that we can have him quasi controlled by the keyboard as well as the joystick. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the joystick test in there if there's nothing been pressed. Yeah, I believe that you're right because I've used it in my slides. Hang on. There we go. That's the original artwork for it. Yeah, it's a quick sneaky peek. I'm already up to there, episode 23. There you go, sneaky peek. You toned it down, yeah. Right. The way the joystick works is, see if I can, no, I'll do it in Notepad. Where's Notepad? The way the joystick works, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. The way the joystick works is there's of course there's 8 bits in a byte. Now, with the CIA chip, with the we're trying to embed joystick control into our little mini program. Now, with the joystick, with the CIA chip, it's not a case of, you know, if that button's pressed, it turns into a 1. It doesn't quite work as simple as that. In fact, the joystick the CIA ports are all like this. So they're all 1s. They're all high. And then when you press a, say, down or up or something, it then makes it low and it turns into a 0. So we have to test for zeros for the directions. Now, the joystick port is on this port number 56320 or DC00. That's joystick port 2. And as you can see, knocking my mouse around, bit 0, that is for up. Bit 1 is down. Bit 3 is right. Bit 4. Bit 4 is the fire button. Oh, okay. What is left? Oh, there, bit 2. So we're looking at the first 4 bits in that peak location. So we'll keep that. This is mapping the C64, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. So this is mapping the C64 if you want to know what this is. That book there. What to develop on? Well, we're using Kick, so you should be able to use the Mac. So we're only interested in those for 0, 1, 2, 3, those 5 bits. That's what we're interested in. So what we need to do is we need to make another controlling functions like we've done with the keyboard test. So this is a keyboard control function. Yeah, we need to do the same for the joystick. So if nothing was detected on the keys, then we should test for the joystick. And so what we're going to do is we're going to split this into 2. So this is going to jump. I don't know why that's going there. It's there. It's right next to it. Whoa. Oh, come on. Stacy, moving the screen. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Right, I'm just going to kill the live share because it's getting in the way. It's getting in the way. We'll have to figure out how to do this without it getting in the way, scrolling me. It is read-only. That's what I don't understand. It is read-only. Everybody's read-only, and I don't know why it's scrolling. Anyway, we'll plod on. So here, so this is going to jump N now. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to stop this so I can all right, okay. Okay, we'll live with it. We'll live with it. I'll try. So this is coming at, so here where we're going to go to the, we're going to test for the joystick. So test for joystick. Now we need to load that register. We need to load that registering DC00. Have I got that in the constants? Oh yes, I have. Get in there. Right, so we're going to load that. So now that's us reading the joystick. That's it. We've read the joystick. Whoa, party. But now we need to test for our different states. So we'll put that in the constants because I think we should put them in there. Yeah, we'll put it down here. So joystick up. Up. That's the first one, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. I know you're going to go, John, but it's wrong. You'll see what I'm up to in a minute. It's downs next. That's that one. Left is next, which is that one. Right. Is that one. Fire. It's that one. So there are constants that we're going to test for. Now, I've just gone and said that it turns into a 0 when the button is pressed. But here I am testing for 1s. Okay. Yes, you'll be right. Just stick with me and you'll see what I mean. Now, because it goes from 1 to 0 and we're testing for 1s, we need to flip the bits. We need to just flip the bits so we can do an easy test. So, straight away, or so as soon as we flip the bit, so all the 1s become 0s and all the 0s becomes a 1. Yeah? Which means now we can do tests using our constant masks on what the state of the joystick is. So what we'll do here no, we'll be fine. I don't think we'll need it. Is we now need to test for all the directions. So the first one was up, wasn't it? So if we AND it, no, we don't need to because I've just flipped it. No, if we AND with up, then we can go branch if not equal to test down. But I'm not doing down, I'm not doing up or down. What we're testing for, left and right. So we'll do left. And then this one's going to be right. So test right. Which is but I still think it's going to lose it there. We'll store it. Just in case the and destroys it, we'll store it. So here we are going left. So we just need to do the same as what Quasi did going left, which is this. That's right. That's left. So we're testing for left. It's not equal, so therefore it must be right or a different one. And so here we are, if it's not equal to that, then we're going to go to game loop. Game loop. Looper end. And we store 1 like we do with the right up here. Yeah, store 1 and then tell it to go and update Quasi. And if it's not one of those two, just get it to loop back round again. So hopefully that should have done it. Let's see. Let's see if I broke it. Well, I broke it. Quasi's on the run. Don't worry about it, mate. So it's going left all the time. Let's find out what's going on. Let's find out what's going on. Right, so we are looking for O2AC. That tells us what state it's in. O2AC, which is here. Oh. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B. It's on 80 all the time. Can't be right. Right, can you see at the bottom? It's changing when I'm doing the... So we're recording it, right? I'll turn audio off anyway. There we go. That's turned it off. So we're recording the joystick movement, right? Left and right, left and right, left and right. But for some reason he's just legging it left. So I've got the flow wrong. So load it, store it in joystick state, and it with joystick left. That's that. Okay. Yeah. Right. Let's see if he stays still this time. Well, he's behaving himself. Right. Joystick's on. Come on. Oh, it's going. Right, we're going left again, but this time on command. Okay. So it's doing this. It's doing this. But it's not doing this. Oh, plank. Plank. Oh, you're a plank. Live on Twitch, I'm a plank. Right then, joystick on. Hang on, has he got an icon for joystick? Has he got an icon for joystick? That must be it. That looks like a joystick. Yeah, that's joystick on. Hey! Right, so, here we go. We're going right. And now we're going left. Using the joystick controls. Yes! So what did you do to stop the... Right, what I did was here, when I'm ANDing it with the joystick left, I was just saying branch if not equal, which means branch if not equal to 0. Now the problem is when you AND it with joystick left, we'll have a value. So what I've done is I've just put the, now compare it with joystick left to set the 0 flag, which allows us to say branch if not equal to that number, or branch if equal, or carry on if it is that number. Yeah? Before we was branching if not equal to 0, and of course joystick left is has the value 4 in it, and so it was failing all the time. Yeah. So now what we do is we explicitly test with joystick left, so that the value would have been 4, which is left. Then we're testing it with 4, and because a compare, if they're equal, it sets the 0 flag. Then you can do the branch if not equal, branch if equal scenario. And that's how I stopped him from legging it all the time. So that is how you implement joystick. Now, if you want to make him jump, it's easy. We just did another test. So instead of going to branch if not equal loop, we will go branch if not equal to. We'll copy this again, put it down here. But this one's testing up. Right, so we're going to test the up part. So I'm going to make him jump. So this needs to go to test up. Right, so we're testing up. This time it's joystick up, up. And what we're doing is we are setting that jump flag. Jump flag, jumping, that one. That's the one. So we're setting one into jumping. So we're setting. That's alright, mate. I mean, 4 or 8 sprites doesn't matter, mate. I mean, 8 sprites gives you more flexibility and make the motion look smoother, but it's better to work with the powers of 2 because then we can just do ASLs on it to work out which frame we want. So this is doing the up, the jumping. So if we do Control F5 now, we should get Quasi to jump with the joystick movements. Right, so we'll turn on joystick. Yeah. So if you make everything 8, it gives you better flexibility on making it the animation a lot smoother, more defined also. But then, because the ones I've done in Python, the Python ones that I've got are 10 frames. Yeah, 10 frames. And it gives them that sort of smoothness. So 8 frames is close enough, and it makes it easier for us to work out which frame we need when we're doing the cycling. Right, let's test Quasi out. Is he going left? No, he's going right because I'm pressing right. Is he going left? Yes. Is he gonna jump? Come on. He turns into an old grandma. It turns into an old grandma. So the jump's working. And he runs and jumps as well. So there you go. That's how you can implement we haven't even used IRQs yet. I try not to use IRQs unless I really need to, interrupts. And as you can see from the processing band down here, we're only taking 3 raster lines up. So we're not even playing the CPUs, just doing nothing for the rest of the time. So it gets a little bigger when we do the movement, look. But that's how you get a sprite animated on the screen, and now we can control him from the keyboard and the joystick. So this is keyboard, A and D. Yeah. So I'm now letting go of the keyboard. Now I'm pressing the joystick. So you've got dual controls on this game. And plus we've got his love of his life animated waiting for him. Yeah. Thank you. So that's how you do the keyboard. It's not the keyboard is not sorry, the joystick. The joystick is not rocket science. It's very, very simple. You just have to understand that when you read the joystick, they are not. It's not a 1 that you've. The 1 is not when you've pressed the button. It's a 0, and so it makes it difficult when you do the testing. But if you do this XOR after you've read the joystick and then store it away, then it becomes you are testing for 1s because you've flipped all the bits. So you've flipped them all. And we could make this more sophisticated where you could check for different states. So instead of doing jump quasi, which then goes back and loops back round the game loop, we could make this a JSR quasi update, and then you could test for the next. You could test for jump and up, left and up at the same time. At the moment, we're only testing for 1 or the other. Yeah, it is like a mini demo. We're trying to understand the simple mechanics. These are simple mechanics. These are not the mechanics of the games. These are simple mechanics of getting a sprite on the screen. How do we animate it? How do we control it? So we've learned how to control it via the keyboard. We've learned how to control it by the joystick. Plus, we've seen your new sprites, even though the well, I'm not looking at that. Even though when he jumps, he looks like a grandma. You need another snooze. Right. I'm going to show you something. So this is because the Python series is starting very, very, very soon. As in probably next week. So I'm going to show you as a teaser what I've got so far before I go. Right, so this is it. Okay, no problem. Now, some of you guys have seen the mini videos that I've done. I made it too hard, really. Let's take that axe out because I don't want that axe in there. So this is 10 frames. This is 10 frames being circulated in a second. So we've got the collision detection because I can actually see it now, and I've made it now a circle. So the circle is the actual collision detection region, and I've also got the leveling up. Yes, I've put that in. Right, just to show you. So let me undo. So that's the axe. There we go. I'm going to delay it 10 seconds, so it takes 10 seconds before it starts. Remember, the axe and the rock boulder came at the same time, look. Now it doesn't. So there's another boulder, because they come every 3 seconds. And there's the axe. So as you can see, I've made the levels customizable, so we can make them as many levels as we want by just adding and taking away from that JSON thing. But you'll see that on the videos that are going to start up. The first video is a very simple one, introducing us to Pygame. It's based on based on that book, which I know some of you have got, either physical or electronic, and so yeah, so the first chapter is basically the first video, but I've put a spin on it. And then we progress through there into the rest of it. But this is the code set so far. I won't go into it because that spoil the videos. But it's just to give you an idea of the sort of things you can do to learn the mechanics, to learn the game mechanics. Because it's the only reason we're doing this Python exercise, is to learn the game mechanics, to learn the collision detection, to learn the sort of problems that we'll probably encounter, to do the leveling, how to make it so we can have 3 lives or 4 lives, what's the power-ups if there's going to be anything there. So that's the sort of thing. I mean this one has got 4 levels. It's got 4 levels, I think. Here we go. Let me just run it again. Yeah, I know it's circle collisions, not on the 64, I know. But at least it's pixel collisions. So this is level 1, which is just the basic boulders coming at you. Then level 2, a bit more difficult. Boulders and fireballs. Oh, got over that one. Like it. And then we got the one, now. Oh! I forgot about that. Run! Oh, got it. Oh, got stuck. Leg it. Come on. Leg it. Oh. Anyway. So this is teaching me a lot about the mechanics, and hopefully you guys will be doing the same thing. So you'll understand the mechanics of... Because one thing I do want to do is I want to do the scrolling aspect, like we've done, like on that Python game. I want to do the scrolling aspect instead of in the traditional Hunchback. It was stuck to the screen, yeah. But I want it to be bigger than the screen. I want the staging area to be bigger than the screen. So when you get, no problem. So when you've got the staging, as soon as Hunchback gets to the middle of the screen, we start scrolling the screen. So it reveals more, so the actual level is a lot more. That's what I'd like to happen. So so instead of just being a static screen and we go across it, we actually are going across a lot. It makes it more difficult because you don't know what's coming, but I think that it'd be a lot more fun to do it that way as well. But these are things that we can all decide on and whether we can do it or not. So that's another hour and a half. I hope you've enjoyed how joysticks work and how to incorporate them into your controlling system, and I'm going to now release the next video to the public once this is done. Alright, well, I don't know the rating system and all that, so what I'll do is I'll just say Ta-ra for now, and I will see you in the next stream. Take care. Bye, guys. I'd like to thank all the Patreons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.